First day of spring. What is the first day of spring 2024? So yesterday was the first day of spring, March 19th. Today's March 20th. I don't really have, I never have an agenda for the day, but I'd like to point out that through all of the things that are going on my channel, the world is another issue, but through all the things that are going on the channel, today I just like to take a second and say it is my birthday today, so it's always a good time to take a quick breather and to see where you're at, where maybe you're going, how things have gone up to this point, what are the next steps, what you feel you did right and wrong, what you feel you should be working at and doing better at, or any of that stuff. Today's probably the best day to try to not try to figure it out, but maybe just take stock of how things are going and what you're doing up to this point. I don't know. I'm sitting here working on TikTok videos that may not ever be on TikTok. Because at this point you don't know. Because when I'm recording this, Congress is about to vote on to ban TikTok. No health care, no housing, no pandemic mitigation through the ongoing pandemic we're in right now. We're going to ban TikTok because Zuckerberg and Meta spent a bunch of money on the politicians to make them not like TikTok. Their idea is to say, hey, China, ooh, scary China is trying to steal all your data. Meanwhile, Meta and Facebook send all the data to China so that way a company can parse out advertising for everybody. So the whole idea of make it make sense, that just doesn't work here. The idea that we're having government censor platforms now and everybody's cheering it on, I guess I'm the only one that I missed a meeting or something. I don't know. It just isn't. I mean, to worry about it making sense or anything like that is an absolute waste of time. It makes total sense when you know that all of these politicians are corrupt, every single one of them, no exceptions. All of them need to go, and we need to do it as the people, one way or another. Happy birthday to me. That's the thing. This channel is always incredibly political. Everything I do, whether I'm touching a guitar string or kneading bread, doesn't matter. Everything I do is political in some way, shape, or form. People like to think that it's not or whatever. I mean, it just is, and that's the way things are right now. And if we need to fight these corrupt politicians and all of these corrupt companies, from Apple to Sony to Adobe. I'm looking at everything I'm using. All of these companies have some sort of corruption in them, and we're allowing it to happen, and we need to just stop them. I'm seeing that there is some guy who's a Nazi living like in Spring, Texas, which is just to the north of us, north of me where I'm sitting right now. Those type of people need to be crushed under heel like a snake, like the snakes that they are. Everything's political. Everything I say on here, everything I do is political. Well, I don't think you're that. Well, it is just the way it is, and that's how I run this place. This is my channel. I get to run it how I want to. Within limits. Obviously, I can't break the terms of service that YouTube has, otherwise they'll take me down. But there's no music. There's nothing going on that would be offensive to anybody except if you're a Nazi watching this, you're scum and should be killed. Crushed in the street like a bug. Period. There's no way around that. A group of people did it in the United States. They got up and went over to Europe and crushed it. It just needs to happen again. but it has to happen here now because of all of these Nazi scum in this country. Happy birthday to me. This is always political. It's always something that completely anti-fascist on this channel. 100% anti-fascist. 100% not caring what these Nazi scum are saying or doing. They just need to be stopped by any means necessary. You start seeing all of this and you start just like, I guess the idea is not to get hopeless about this. It's incredibly hard to not be hopeless about it, but the idea is to just know that all of these, everything that's going on is due to corruption at the very top that needs to be removed, that there's entities underneath that are allowing that and aligning with it and trying to build it. Those need to be removed. And I don't know, or do we have it in us to stop it? It doesn't look like it. That's the thing. It doesn't look like it. Whether or not we do, history will figure it out. We'll see in 100 years, whatever's written, whoever's around to write it, we'll say. But I see all of this, and it's incredibly frustrating, and we can't even keep abortion and cannabis legal in the state of Texas. How are we supposed to fight all of these this scum that are trying to take over? I don't know. But we need to look at this and see it for what it is and eliminate it. Happy birthday to me. It's my birthday. I get to say whatever I want, however I want, whenever I want. And that's the beauty of this channel. I don't have to worry about every day I'm going to be making bread or playing guitar or what. It doesn't, that I have no pattern. I have no set agenda other than, like what I say, anti-fascism, of course, but that's within everything I say and do. Every word that comes out of my mouth, every time my fingers move across the fretboard, that's what it is. But what are we going to be doing in the next year? This next year is going to tell us a lot about how the next decade is going to play out. I just don't think that we have it in us to have this fight. And to say anybody who says that they have an answer or something like that, always be suspicious of them. Always know that what they say or what they do is just something you have to be completely skeptical of. Anybody who has just a single answer to solve all your problems is probably a liar or some sort of a con artist. And that's just the way it's always been. Be it a preacher, be it a politician, doesn't matter. Happy birthday to me. It's my birthday. This is how I'm feeling right now. I know that these nefarious actors are around and we need to stop them. I think what better place than here, what better time than now, I guess, that's the best quote I can think of. But happy birthday to me. Happy first full day of spring. There is a semblance of happiness throughout all of this. The happiness is knowing that we know who the enemy is and we can crush them, and we should be doing that, and that should be our goal always, to make sure any of these scum don't infiltrate us. Anyway, March 20th, another year, another circle around the sun. Hopefully next year I'll be here talking about something completely different, but who knows.